The water thing just reminded me. I'm getting to the point where my love of history is getting in the way of enjoying video games and TV.
Where you spot problems.
Watching little clips from Game of Thrones on YouTube that just came up and was like, well, I enjoyed that show. I'll watch a couple of clips for old time's sake. And I watched The Hound. He's asking for a drink and someone gives him water. No. I'm sorry. In this setting, no one drank water. It was poison. Everyone knew water made you sick, and they were right. They drank ale. Like water would kill you.
I'm going to perpetuate that myth even to today.
The one that I was playing Skyrim, and I was walking down the street, like down the country road between two towns, and this lizard lady came up to me and said, "Good day, Sirrah." So I stabbed her, because Sirrah is a killing insult. Sir would be a term of address. Sirrah is the same as walking past somebody and saying, "Hello, boy." Now, I know that's not what they intended, but my knowledge of history just gets in the way.
Have you been playing any new games recently?
No, I've been playing a little bit of Ark, but that's about it recently. How about you?
I reloaded after many, many months Kerbal Space Program, and they've done a load of updates to it. So I started right back at the beginning, and I'd lost all of the sort of previous knowledge. They've done loads of things that are really, really good because they've taken what others have made as mods and incorporated them into the game. So things like Delta V is how much energy basically you've got. And in a vacuum, it's exactly the same. If you're in an atmosphere, it can go down. And I'm like, oh yeah, it takes, I think it's like 2,000 meters per second of Delta V to orbit the planet you start on. So I set up this rocket with 2,500, forgetting the fact that when you start at sea level, you've got all this atmosphere to get through. Splosh. Splosh. And I did exactly what...
So you made a catapult.
I made a very expensive catapult. And then I got into orbit and I ran out of fuel just as I reached the right height. So I've now got this Kerbal.
Oh no.
Because I love playing with persistent playthroughs. I've now got Jebediah, which is the expert pilot. You get extra features with him, like stabilizing. So I've now got to mount a rescue mission to get him down from orbit and hopefully not leave another Kerbal in orbit.
An arrow to the knee was an old Slavic euphemism to getting hitched. I mean, that makes more sense. I used to be an adventurer until I got married. Makes a lot more sense to me. No, it's interesting. Like the more because I like to listen to books like The Time Traveler's Guide to Medieval England and the Republic of Pirates, and I'm fascinated by history. I just like reading it and listening to it. The problem is, the more I listen to living history books, and that's history about, I say listen to because I usually have them on my headphones as I'm going for a walk or I'm doing the dishes or whatever. Living history is the history about what it is to live in that time. What do you wear? What do you eat? How do you tell the time? What's the currency? The more you know about stuff like that, the more medieval games and so on just feel like you've walked into Renfest. It's perfectly fine, but don't tell me it's accurate. It's
setting an expectation. If they're trying to be realistic and it's not, it's a problem.
I feel like what I imagine an astrophysicist watching Star Trek must feel like.
Or Star Wars.
Yeah, just like, we've reversed the polarity.
Cool. You turned a magnet around.
Exactly. Like, how does that...
That's like saying, so we've put it in reverse. Beep.
Reverse the polarity. Beep. Beep.
Yeah, we put the warning in so we knew when we were reversing.